Hello everybody. We just had that rebellion that we mentioned earlier, where in Salzburg, and they're probably going to have a like resurgence, but not for too long now. So obviously, second episode, you'll probably be able to guess what happens in the episode based on the title. But since I'm in the present, I don't know what the fuck's going to go on yet. Anyway, because we could go after Ansbach, but I'm going to wait for the army to kind of recover a bit. It's obviously costing a lot of dosh to put men back in the army. Which one do you think I'm going to go for? Exactly. So that's reducing a little bit. Unlawful territory, boo fucking who. Yeah. So now Austria's alright with us. We'll marry Habsburg again. Gonna get those mega chins. Let's see. I don't think the chins existed at this point though, but if you look it up, what happened is that it was an interesting system with the Habsburg family, because what they did was they used to marry into themselves to maintain land and wealth and such. And while that is good for like maintaining, you know, holdings in the family, not so good for recessive like, I think they're not phenotypes, like, you know what I mean, like recessive genes. So they kind of got haemophilia and stuff like that. I think they definitely got the chin thing, and they were definitely less long lived than they would have been if they'd like actually bred with other people. Like, you know, I think there are now laws against that kind of thing now, because obviously you don't want to give birth to relatives that are a bit invalid. Obviously that's a problem. So I think we're gonna go after Ansbach, unless. Oh wait, that's reducing. So if we keep them there for maybe a couple more years, we'll no longer have to deal with them. So have we still got that shitty air? Yeah, we've still got the shitty air. So we'll go to war in 2 years, obviously. So I don't know why we have that in Landshut though. Yeah. I think what we're probably gonna want to do. That's okay. So he was basically dropped on his head as a child. Poor guy. He's a decent general though. I think he's better than the other one. Is he? Wait, so the retard child of the Wittelsbach is actually a better general than the professionally hired general. Huh. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? See, they're allied to Baden, Frankfurt, and the Palatinate. Right. Mimigan. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait till 1456 anyway. So yeah, Poland. I don't think we even need Poland really anyway. Allied with them. It would be nice to get Saxony involved actually. That would be really cool actually, because they're really powerful. Well, obviously not as powerful as the great and mighty Bavaria, but you know, they're decent. They can probably just throw a bunch of Saxon guys at you know, they're not their guns but their spears, I suppose, at this point. They did have cannon though. Like, I don't really like how the cannon is kind of structured in this game, because there's been records of armies using cannons as far back as like 1330. I think, as like in the form of like bombards. Maybe not in the same way that we imagine like Renaissance and early modern weaponry and the same thing, but we still had kind of like artillery. Like, I think it was one of the battles with Owen Glendower up here, something like that, and they were the English anyway were besieging a city, and what basically happened is I think the English brought up a cannon, and they leveled the walls of a city or something. I might be completely wrong, but I seem to recall, I might be mixing it up with one of the sieges during the English Civil War, but I seem to recall that happening at some point or another. Might be wrong. Probably wrong. But, you know, actually, that's a point. Siege of Constantinople definitely had, like, Ottoman guns. I'm almost certain of that. Like, don't cite me, but I'm almost certain of that. So the artillery system in this is a bit weird. I think maybe what they meant when they designed the system is maybe in the sense that it wasn't being used in battles itself, which I can kind of see because it's impractical to be lugging around what is basically barrels to be launching out tiny little, like, no, not like massive balls, but like it's not really that portable, not really that good in the sense of like a regular battle. There are a lot of niggles that a lot of people have with this game, but you know, hey, still can't get Saxony on board though. Defensive attitude. Of course, we're gonna hire him. We're rich. Right, is there any way that we can potentially improve, well, aside from improving relations? Just get rid of that defensive attitude they've got. What was our military tech? Military tech 4, so we're the same as Ansbach. We can probably beat the Palatinate in a war, so what's Ansbach got? They've got Frankfurt and the Palatinate. Does Frankfurt have an army? Let's see. Does Frankfurt have an army? It does. It just has a really shitty one. Yeah, I think what we're probably going to do is we're going to waltz in there and completely ruin them. You. I'm going to go there. I'll do Ingolstadt. And we're going to, you know, lay them out a bit. Wait, what have they actually got? What is their territorial value? Almost nothing. We could go after Mimmigan. But they're allied with Austria. Augsburg? Change plan, guys. We're going after Augsburg. We're gonna leave Ansbach for later. But Augsburg basically just has Ravensburg. And I can probably defeat both their armies combined. No, maybe not. But, you know, my allies can beat them a little bit. Screw Ansbach. Not changing my policy for their little bitch asses, especially considering we could crush them with our our little finger at the moment. So what else could we do? We have a lot of money. It's so rich. Like, I don't think I've ever played a state in this and been so rich. Apart from maybe that one time I played Brunei once and basically colonised the entirety of like Oceania and Australia. Was like rolling in the dough. So could be like that. Let's see. It's probably not worth keeping one there. Well, I suppose I can't like maintain a diplomat that isn't there. So gonna annex Augsburg. It's probably gonna do that unlawful territory thing, but solemn. Oh, this is going to be fun. We can completely curb stomp them. Yeah, we're going to completely curb stomp them. We're just going to walk into Ravensburg and just... It's going to be like... It's not even going to be funny. So what do we do? Because Ravensburg must be punished for this affront to the Bavarian dukedom. So what do we do to them? We'll probably secure a separate peace with them, but they have to give us something like... Could vassalize them? Yeah, why not? So we've lost 0.2. That kind of sucks, but we're still in the green, so... And it's better than losing... You know... It's better than completely losing our... It's better than better than losing stability. My mind's on another planet today. So we've gotten... Ravensburg. Probably going to move them out. I'm going to get... wait, Augsburg even. they're going to get Ravensburg very, very soon, and then we're going to probably go for war reparations. Maybe... Wait, what are they even out? Who are they even allied to? Alsace. Let's see what... I don't mind that, considering that's from Ravensburg. And Augsburg, you cease to exist. And we're also grabbing all your monies. Well, all your ducats. I almost called them florins there because I played so much. I played so much Total War. Oh, Austria's not going to like that one. Is it worth it? No, wait. Austria's going to be like, give back that territory, and I'm going to be like, no. Fuck off, Austria. There's no point becoming Defender of the Faith because I'll just be dragged into loads and loads of wars with the Ottomans. And honestly, we're not in a position to do that because I'd rather curb stomp the smaller states around me. Thank you very much. Like, they say... Like, I remember listening to someone, I think it was Sargon of Akkad, who was talking about the Crusades, and he was saying about how the primary like factor for people joining the Crusade was religion, because you could just go across to the nearest like dukedom and just ruin their cities and loot their money. And I think I can kind of see the logic behind that now that I'm like doing this. So, I'm not going to go... I don't want to become a Defender of the Faith because I'm not converting loads of provinces. Let's see, I think I get... Yeah, I get an extra missionary. Not worth it, basically. I'm not like ruling over the entirety of Christendom, so there's no point in doing it. And even then, I'm probably going to be... Even then, it's kind of a bit pointless because I'll be ruling over the whole of Christendom, unless there'll be no Orthodox or Sunni or Shiite or Ibadi or whatever you want to pull out your ass kind of religions there. So because it's called Christendom, so that's that. Lose prestige? Fuck that. Nuremberg. That's cute. That's really cute. Who are they allied with? Mates. Yeah, they're gonna get ruined. So cute. Right. You know, we're not actually losing anything really from not going to war with them. Or from going to war, well, yeah, so we're not like losing anything. Actually, I think I might reorganise the traders a little bit. So we'll go for collect from trade. We don't have anything in Krakow. So maybe Venice? Trade work Ravenna. I'm not really too good with the trade system, but hey, it's still a better system than... Wait, what? Okay, so that's completely pointless that being there. So we'll move him up to the Rhineland. Or as how I want to pronounce, but I know better than, the Rhineland. But yeah, so God, look at that amount of money. That's ridiculous. Wish there's something to buy with it. Actually, could do better taxation. So we'll build that there. Liechtenstein and Augsburg. Good amount of dosh, I think. We might as well reduce their autonomy because, you know, they're going to rebel anyway. Right. Pardon me. Oh, Austria is not keen on us at all. But we have good old Poland for that, don't we? You know, that's what the Polish are for. Well, actually, to be fair, their track record of going to war with Germans hasn't been that good, so maybe not a good idea to rely on them. I don't know, but probably not them. Milan. Doesn't Genoa still have, like... No, it doesn't. It's just Teodoro. Yeah, interesting story with that Genoese port up there in the Crimea. Because I think it was 1347. The Mongols were coming along from, like, up here. Like, that's why you see the Golden Horde and the Crimean kind of Khanate, like, horde, you know, horde nations over there. So basically what happened was the Mongolian hordes were riding down through what is now Russia and Kazakhstan and Ukraine. And basically, this little city up in yeah, where Genoa had theirs. I think it was like near Sevastopol. We'll deal with that in a second. I'm going to finish my story. Damn it. If it'll let me pause, yeah. I think it's this one. Yeah. So basically, the Mongols besieged it. And so yeah, the Mongols besieged it. And then but the thing is that the Genoese weren't letting the gates down, obviously. So the Mongols who were besieging it, or the Golden Horde, or whatever they were, had the bright idea of catapulting their ill over the walls. So they had all of these people who were suffering from what is now known as the Black Death. Like, it had been very, very nasty in Asia at that point. And sod it. And it had killed millions of Chinese and Mongolian people, and as evidenced by the fact they were catapulting their bodies over the walls. And so these bodies ended up inside this little Genoese, like, trade town, really. And what happened after that is that people got infected by it, and they carried it, and the rats of the local town got it as well. And so, do I go after that? No. So the rats of the local place got it, and these rats went back on trade ships, because Genoa being a trading city, I think it was Genoa anyway. They traded, they traded by boat, and that was the main way of transporting like trade back. So like all of these boats went across the Black Sea, went through the Bosphorus Strait and into the Mediterranean, and they spread the disease. They spread the disease to Europe, and like when they arrived in Genoa, the population got infected and of course spread it. And that was the beginnings of the first, like, black plagues we saw in Europe. Oh shit, don't want to be in there. That's it. Yeah, so that was how the Black Plague got to Europe. At least that's what it is supposed anyway. So that is what happened, really, from what I understand of it. And like within 3 years, about a third of the population of Europe was dead because we'd had no exposure to those kinds of diseases before. So, like, lots of people died. Come on, yeah, let's go for them. Let's get the wankers. Ah, yeah. So, wait, was that entire army? That was our entire army. It was. That sucks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. So with any luck, we should have an army soon enough. And of course, it's at the worst time possible. Yeah, so I think we're probably going to have to make peace with Bohemia. Or Anhalt. What does Anhalt want? Oh, they don't want that. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, what do they want? Oil pressure. You can fucking have it, mate. I've got plenty of dosh. Yeah, we'll go after Augsburg in a minute. Yeah, so that's... I can't have that fucking war going on. We're already at war with them. So, yeah, that's how I understand... That's how I understand it anyway, that the Black Death spread to Europe. And hopefully, history... You know, if you're watching this, you're probably close to being as interested in history as I am. Maybe not quite as much, because I really like me some history. But I really like history, but you hopefully found that little monologue like entertaining. So we're going to deal with this little rebellion, and then we're probably going to end it. Vittle's back. Let's see what his hair's like. Oh, his hair's nice, but he's the better heir, isn't he? I'm not used to that spelling of Philip, but we want to get rid of Johann. I've heard those words said far too much, if I'm entirely frank with you. The idea that Johann has to go. We'll go for like one more unit of knights. Yeah, we'll go up there. I don't like how we're just letting him sit there, but honestly, we don't really have much choice at this point, do we? It's kind of going a bit tits up. Well, at least with the rebels anyway. Go for that. I don't like Bohemia, but honestly, I think the military manner is probably better than having just. Actually, we did technically get a benefit from that war because. Alright, just. Oh, fuck that. You know, I love it how it just perfectly timed that. So, Austria's opinion. Oh, fuck that. Fuck Austria. Right. Maybe one more unit? Let's see. Yeah, we can definitely afford more units. We're making Anhalt very, very rich. I think they're probably very much happy with the money that we make going to them. All because them and a bunch of incompetent AI couldn't. Well, and the game. I hate blaming the game for these kind of things, but it's kind of my own stupid fault, innit? Even though there are plenty of places to retreat, but hey. And then timings. So, yeah, I'll try and bring one of those silly little monologues into each episode if people like them. Not in the current batch because I'm gonna record like 5 episodes. I think everyone on Earth does. They record like 5 episodes and then they put them out there. But I might put a couple more in, you know. Reckon. Yes, we did. Yeah, so that's episode 2. We will probably. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next time. So anyway, thanks for watching and goodbye.